I think one of the most powerful things that was said to me as far as looks go was probably about 10 years ago, where somebody said, you're never going to look, this is a blanket statement, not always true, but you're never going to look as good as you look today. So or you're never going to be as young, right? You're never going to be as young as you are today. And I started to see that around 30, remembering the negative talk I had at myself when I was in my 20s and looking back at pictures. And I was like, damn, I was hot. I was looking so good. But I remember looking at those pictures and thinking that I wasn't pretty or was ugly or didn't, this or that, the other thing. And kind of conceptualizing that as I get older, and I have to remind myself, in 10 years from now, that is going to be a beautiful picture, because the wrinkles do continue to happen. The gray hair does continue, the weight does continue to go into different places that it wasn't before.
And to your point, the beautiful thing, because we're talking about the outside, the look, the pictures, and how we feel and how, we are getting older. Look at the contribution. I would love for the conversation as we get older, including 30, 40, 50s, certainly 60, 70, and 80. I would like to spend my time talking about the contribution we're making and the connections we're talking about and the bringing light into the world and focusing on all the wonderful things that are going on that don't make the headlines, in addition to and minimizing how I look on camera, how my hair looks, and the wrinkles and all of that. It's not that I want to put my head in the sand and say it doesn't matter, because for some it does. My offering is, wouldn't it be great if it mattered this much, and this much is what we talked about with what we did and what we shared and how we do it. And that's why I feel like the inner beauty is kind of minimized at times, because we always have to get through the outer. And as you continue, look at what you're doing, look at what you're contributing to the world. And it doesn't matter truly what the outside looks like if you're feeling fantastic and celebrating what you're doing and navigating life's challenges and assisting other people and giving someone a leg up. Like I like to say, if I'm ahead, I like to pull behind, like, hey, can I help you? And at times, if someone's kind of struggling, to go, you know what, I can just walk with you, right? None of that touches how we look or how we show up in pictures. That's the conversations that I want to call forward. And that's where the aging, the conversations that I want to have, not that I don't want to have, what do you do with gray hair and what do you do with makeup? I just want it to be 1/10 of the conversation with, what are you feeling? How are you connected? What does your bucket list look like? To ask a 70-year-old, what brings you joy? What inspires you? Where is your creativity? What does that look like? It may be getting on the floor with your grandchildren and playing. It may be like me at 60 going, I'm going to start a business, right? So I want to have those conversations, and keep in mind that as we get older, the chances of dealing with an illness or the chances of having someone who's taking care of someone with an illness, I don't want to minimize that, because that's impactful. And once again, that's a big part of life that has nothing to do with how we show up in the mirror and or in pictures.
Yeah.